Love and immunity, beloveds. Just resting today, so I might not look as well as I look any other time. But someone asked me a question about what is karmic debt. Karmic debt is spiritual debt. A lot of you guys don't realize that this body is first spirit, then mind, then body. We are taught that we are just the body, but the bloodline that created this body is spirit. And you come from a spiritual legacy, or you come from spiritual debt or karmic debt. So to explain what I'm saying about a spiritual legacy would be someone born with a silver spoon. They might be born into wealth. That might be their spiritual legacy is wealth. Some people's spiritual legacy might be to understand spiritual law. Some people's spiritual legacy might be to understand something else spiritual. So in my case, I understand spiritual law. So that would be my legacy. My DNA comes from the understanding of spiritual law. That's why I do these posts, because that is something that I channel from my ancestors. I channel their understandings of spiritual law. They teach me through my DNA or through my memory cell of their legacy or spiritual legacy. I receive messages from them. If you're spiritual, you will understand what I'm talking about. And if you don't and you need better clarification, please just respond and I'll reach out to you with another video. But karmic debt is something your ancestors may have denied spiritually when they were walking the face of this earth, when it was their time. And they didn't honor their spiritual gifts. You know, we're all spirit first. And we come with either a spiritual legacy or a spiritual debt. And that means that our ancestors maybe didn't utilize their spiritual gifts. And maybe not because they didn't, just because they were never taught. See, a lot of African Americans are not taught about spirituality. Majority of the African Americans think it's witchcraft and all these other things, but spirit is blood. And this is something that is our biological right. But we weren't taught about a lot of things as an African American culture. So a lot of things kept us in the dark and fearful to understand things that we didn't understand or were never taught. Spiritual debt.